Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
We're just plumb full of stuff today. I'll tell you that right now. Plumb full of stuff.
Plumb full?
Plumb full.
Wow.
See, we're in Texas, so I thought, maybe we try sort of a Texas expression there.
Plumb?
Plumb full seems to fit that bill. I don't know.
Huh.
No, you don't like it?
I'm just not familiar with
You're not familiar with plumb full?
I guess not.
We're plumb full of stuff today. Yes, sir.
Dadgummit.
All right, so a lot going on. I'm kind of interested right now because CNN is showing some scenes from the trial yesterday that started with Johnny Depp and Amanda Heard. Is it Amanda Heard? I think so. Amber Heard, right. Mm-hmm. He claimed he has never struck any woman in his life and that everything she said in the last trial, which he lost, was a complete lie.
Yeah.
I kind of believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we ever allowed to believe the dude, though?
No. Of course not. Although, isn't there evidence that she's bisexual, I guess? She's had girlfriends in the past, and didn't she beat her girlfriend?
Oh, wow.
Wasn't there something about that?
Yeah. She's not a happy person.
No, she seems to be kind of crazy.
And the evidence, I can't remember what it was here, but it really pointed at her as opposed to him, which is a complete...
And he lost the movie, the Grindelwald
That's
thing.
what sucks, man.
He lost a lot of work, like hundreds of millions of dollars worth of work. That does suck, because you ruined his career.
Yeah.
And he deserves to have his career ruined if he did the things she said he did. But if he didn't, then that's really a horrific miscarriage of justice. So
yes.
that trial goes on again.
So this was so weird. The cracks began to appear, according to Yahoo News, according to Depp as well here. When one night he came home from filming, Heard was on the phone, and so he took his boots off because, I guess they had a thing where she took his boots off.
Okay,
but she was busy, so he took his boots off
without her,
and
that pissed her off.
It sure did. Set her off. Said, "Quote:
Really?
That's my job. That's what I do. You don't do that."
Okay.
Depp said, "I did take pause. The fact that she was visibly shaken or upset that I had broken her rules or routine." End quote. Now that's the relationship with an abuser in one form or fashion, right there.
Did she hit him or anything, or she was just pissed?
Just pissed.
Okay.
He was like, that's when he noticed.
I would kind of be interested in that, though, because you want to take my boots off.
That's the other thing, right?
So badly that you're pissed that I took them off myself? All right, if you want to be that subservient, fine. I'll put them back on and you can take them off. How about that?
That's not necessarily the most pleasant place to be at the end of a long day either, if you know what I'm saying.
I know. What a weird thing. How dare you take your own boots off?
So she's got problems,
okay.
Obviously.
Yeah, she's a little messed up. I mean, they're all stark raving mad in Hollywood. Pretty much all of them. Speaking of entertainment, it looks like Netflix is losing subscribers. They're hemorrhaging subscribers. And the article says nothing about the pedophile thing last year or the year before. When was that?
Cuties? That was that during the
last
pandemic?
Year? Because, that's when we canceled. Yeah. So, and I think a lot of people did. Mm-hmm. And they don't attribute any of this to that.
August of 2020. Yeah. I mean, look, when you chase the groomer demo, then you're going to live and die by that sword.
Exactly.
And I think Disney is on the cusp of figuring that out themselves.
I think so, too. A lot of these companies are going to be really, really regretful that they made the decisions they made, and they turned on the people who've supported their stupid businesses for decades. And you're going to spit in their face now. Okay, well, let's see what kind of business model that is. Spit in the face of your hardcore customers, the ones who got you where you are today. Mm-hmm. So they lost 200,000 to 300,000 subscribers in the first quarter. First quarter.
God.
That's its first decline in more than a decade. The company shares cratered more than 25% in extended hours after the report on more than a full day's worth of trading volume. Fellow streaming stocks Roku, Spotify, and Disney also tumbled because of what was going on with Netflix, I guess. Netflix is forecasting a global paid subscriber loss of 2 million for the second quarter. Now, it's not like they're scraping the bottom of the puke barrel for pennies because they have 222 million subscribers worldwide. 222 million. That'll get you a long way, you know?
Yeah.
It'll get you a long way.
But when you lose 18%, right?
Yeah.
That's not
That's not good.
nothing to sneeze at.
Right. They previously told shareholders they expected to add 2.5 million net subscribers in the first quarter. So you can imagine their shareholders are not happy. They are not happy at all. And then they got the Russian thing. They lost 700,000 subscribers in Russia because they pulled out.
Yeah.
And
back to the cuties thing, Jeffy will come in here and he'll say, look, did you watch it? It's not child pornography. Okay, fine. It may not be. But perception is reality. And if you're going to dance that close to the flame, then prepare for the consequences and the fallout as a company.
Indeed.
There you are.
That's right. And there they are. Having a little bit of a difficult time. So we'll see what happens because, Disney's in the same kind of trouble with their streaming service. They added a whole bunch right at the beginning, and then I think things really tapered off. And I don't know if that's because people didn't think that Disney was worth having. Maybe they saw it from neighbors and thought, I don't need that. Or is it because Disney is going away from, their traditional movie fare?
Yeah, well, and Disney's, about to comb through their kind of an audit of their content to see what is going to need disclaimers at the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah.
So just the woke stuff, though, right? And
sure.
Where is that story about Tinkerbell and Captain Hook?
Yeah.
Because that's just asinine. Yeah, it's right there. They think Tinkerbell and Captain Hook are potentially problematic. Okay. Disney, they don't think that, the blood and guts on The Punisher is problematic. They don't think that being directed at children is problematic and then putting up all the garbage that they put up. That's not problematic.
That's a great breakdown here from Red State. I love this.
Disney execs are worried that Tinkerbell and Captain Hook are potentially problematic. During a review of content headed to the Disney Plus streaming service, New York Times reports this. The review is part of Disney's Stories Matter initiative, a wide-ranging effort to bring more inclusion into the Disney sphere.
All right, because that's what we need. We don't have enough of that going on.
Well, we need inclusion of sexualities at Disney, right? Because goodness knows kids aren't being subjected to enough stuff sexually. We're not making them grow up fast enough. When they're 5, I want them to know all forms of alternative lifestyles, every single sexual proclivity and sexual position there are.
And make some up while you're at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's something to be discovered that we learn on a constant, hourly basis.
And maybe they put a show on Disney Plus teaching all of them. Each of the...
Don't give them any ideas.
I know, that's for sure.
Because they just had to pull, I forgot, what was somewhere over in Britain, there was a non-sexual nudity show, featured adult nudity, and it was geared toward kids. And there was so much backlash that they pulled it off. The world we're done.
Golly.
It's been a good run, planet.
From the project's website, as part of our ongoing commitment to diversity and inclusion, we're in the process of reviewing our library and adding advisories to content that includes negative depictions or mistreatment of people or cultures.
Good.
Now, Tinkerbell has raised concerns because she is, quote, body conscious, unquote, and jealous of Peter Pan's attention. A young, attractive woman who cares about her appearance and likes boys. Oh, no!
Right?
No!
What young girl can identify with that?
Hardly any. Are there any that can identify with that now? I don't think so.
No.
Meanwhile, they reportedly fretted over Captain Hook because he has a disability but likes to do villainous things. And that could be considered by some to be discriminatory because there are no people with disabilities who do anything bad.
Right.
If you have a disability, you're a perfect person.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah. People with disabilities don't do anything wrong. So, obviously, you got to get rid of Captain Hook. Oh, my gosh.
What a world.
Also drawing fire was Ursula, the sea witch from the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guess why?
Because she is a thief and she stole that voice?
Well, she has a dark color palette.
Oh.
Yeah. And as you know, people with dark color palettes don't do anything wrong either. So the people with disabilities are perfect, and people with dark color palettes also
I am
can't do
creating
anything
in
wrong.
my head the perfect villain. Mm-hmm. He's a black dude with a hook.
Oh, wow.
And he goes around, he kicks butt, and
No.
he takes
No.
maybe he limps too. That's his like signature. When he walks away from the scene of the crime, he's limping away.
Well, you won't get on Disney that
I know.
way.
That's
Okay.
the point.
But her dark color palette could be viewed through a racial lens. The Stories Matter team cautioned. She's also a queer-coded character
That is true.
with mannerisms inspired in part by those of a real-life drag queen.
Totally.
Okay, now that I think of it, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I didn't think of that in 1989, but now that you look at it through that lens, I'll bet that's exactly what they were doing. Hey, let's make a drag queen a villain in
An
this.
angry drag queen.
And they won't even know. They won't even know, these stupid people, what we're doing. The way we're insidiously trying to propagandize and groom their children.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. So ridiculous. We got some tweets, a little bit of pushback in some tweets. Like this one. I can't believe Monsters, Inc. never showed us Mike and Sully answering for their war crimes of scaring innocent children for years.
That's funny.
How can they just get away with it? What about Goofy? He's, well, goofy.
Goofy, yeah.
Isn't that a slight against ditzy people?
Right.
This might never end.
Mm-hmm.
The Stories Matter endeavor resulted in the decision to put a disclaimer in front of any content that might include something objectionable. Before watching affected content, you'll be shown the following message. It will state, this program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and continue to make money from it, of course.
Oh, is that on there?
That's implied. And spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Okay.
Oh.
And besides, if we get rid of all of our movies, nobody's going to subscribe
That's
to
another
our streaming
Pat Gray
channel.
addendum, by the
Yeah,
way.
right. Content receiving such warnings as these include Dumbo, The Aristocrats, Peter Pan, and the Swiss Family Robinson. I can't. The Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I think, it probably is, don't they live in a tree, right?
I think so, yeah.
And so
I
the
think
problem
they do.
is that, the environmentalists don't like that.
Oh,
Like,
right.
hey, don't
Don't-
use a tree like that.
Yeah. You're laying on some of its CO2 release or intake, or
Intake,
either one of them.
niner.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I would not want to be the CEO of Disney right now because you can't win either way.
Well, he's done this to himself.
He has.
He should have
I
kept
know.
quiet. Because they were keeping quiet.
Or have some balls and just say no
Or that.
to the idiots.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a problem with that, if you're so upset by that and you're an employee of Disney, feel free to find a new job. See ya.
Disney,
Do you think they have any problem filling those voids in their employment openings? I don't think so. I think millions would flock to Disney if they stuck to their guns like that.
Well-
You'd get a lot of great people that would apply.
well, there's a lot here. I mean, you got the guy, remember, who walked around the park with the woke Disney shirt?
Yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah.
employees were really kind to him and gave him free food and stuff. Like, thank you for wearing that shirt. That's one little anecdotal evidence. There are groups within Disney. I mean, we've seen some of the messages on the chat boards and stuff. They're like, all right, what is our company doing? But Disney wasn't saying anything about the Florida bill. And it's the little minority within the company decided to make it into an issue and be like, well, if you're not going to push back on this, then I guess you support this. And so Disney picked a fight with the wrong governor, and here you go.
They sure did. They sure did. I love it that Ron DeSantis doesn't just let this stuff lie.
No.
He refuses to be silent in the face of this madness. And that's one of the reasons why he'd make a great president. Let me tell you about Birch Gold. Take 60 seconds here and tell you about our current out-of-control inflation problem. What does that look like for us? Well, it looks like paying 47% more for fuel than we did a year ago. Looks like paying 41% more for the same used vehicle if you buy it this year as opposed to last. It looks like paying almost 10% more to feed your family right now. Looks like every dollar in your savings is worth less than it was a year ago. So you can hedge against the U.S. dollar and inflation by investing in something with real value. Gold and silver from Birch Gold. Precious metals have historically been a safe haven in times of inflation, and Birch Gold is the leader in converting IRAs and 401ks into tax-sheltered IRAs backed by gold and silver, with thousands of satisfied customers. And they also have an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Birch Gold can help you protect your savings. So text PAT to 989-898 to get a free info kit on gold. There's no obligation. They're just going to give you this information pack. I think it's about 20 pages. It'll tell you everything you need to know, and then you decide from there. Text PAT to 989-898 to get your free info right now. PAT to 989-898.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We got this tweet from No Quarter. Just a bit of side note for the Thor bit that we did yesterday. We talked about Thor yesterday.
Yeah.
This is just part of the whole Disney madness. Over 20 years ago in the comics, she became Thor. So there was a she, Thor?
Yeah, Rob was telling me about this after the show yesterday, too.
Battling breast cancer 20 years ago? Thor had a battle with breast cancer? Wait, a goddess gets breast cancer? Is that what? Anyway, picked up the hammer. So while Disney does do a lot of this gender crap, this is actually a part of the canon.
Wow. Okay. Let's see how they handle it.
See?
In the movie. I'd like to see that.
Right. Well, they don't get a pass on this other stuff, though, because they're doing plenty of it. DeSantis and Florida Republicans are now moving to strip Disney World of its self-governing powers. He announced that state legislature will consider repealing special privileges that give Disney quasi-government powers over the area.
Dude, Chapek, right? That's the CEO. Should have laid low, man.
Yep.
Shouldn't have said. You picked the fight with the wrong governor.
And it's so great that they're not just sitting idly by and saying, "Oh, well, Disney can do what they want. They're a private company." Yeah. Shut up. They get all these tax benefits and all these self-governing benefits. And, you can argue whether or not we should be doing that for companies.
Ron DeSantis, man, that's my 2024 horse. Easily.
The governor said at a press conference that when lawmakers meet in special session this week to redraw the state's congressional maps, their agenda will be to expand or consider repealing all the special districts enacted before 1968. That's interesting. The move would strike a blow against Disney after the company inserted itself into the controversy, blah, blah, blah. Facing pressure from left-wing employees, this, Disney released their statements. Our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down by the courts, and we remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that. Well, good luck on that now. DeSantis responded to the company's demands by telling Disney executives to go pound sand. And earlier this month suggested the legislature could repeal or should repeal essentially all the laws that give Disney self-governing control. They've got 40 square miles of Central Florida. 40 square miles. That's how big Disney property is. And, because they're good for the economy in Florida, they were given a whole bunch of exemptions and special treatment.
Yep.
So
Screwed that up, didn't you, Disney?
Yeah, maybe you should shut your fat trap.
Right. I know if the government were giving me special tax breaks like that,
I'd shut my fat trap.
I might say...
I don't want to be noticed by the government after that. Do you?
Right. I'm laying low, man.
Man. The government should never use the power of the state to pick winners and losers in the marketplace. No more corporate welfare. Yeah, that's a good thought from one of the state reps. And so now they brought this on themselves. Interesting. And they're going to regret that. Because they're not screwing around in Florida.
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis he's serious about this stuff.
So we talked about the Netflix subscribers. When do we get the next round of numbers on
CNN?
No, on Disney Plus subscribers.
Well, the last numbers we saw were kind of dismal for them because they wanted to have about Netflix amount of subscribers by now or by next year, and they're not on track to do that at all. I think they're expecting 230 million or something, and they're nowhere near that. They're around 120 million, if I remember right.
That's right.
But talking about CNN Plus and their subscribers.
Yeah, I'm loving my subscription to CNN Plus.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite show?
Oh, the one
so far.
The one where they talk about the stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And they ruminate about news and things.
No, not that one.
No. Okay.
No, the other one.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
Where they talk about
that one's good too. I like
stuff.
that one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, not news, it's stuff.
So Warner Brothers. Here's how good things are going at CNN Plus.
CNN Plus, going great. Here we go.
Warner Brothers Discovery has suspended all external marketing spending for CNN Plus, and they've laid off CNN's longtime chief financial officer as they weigh what to do with the subscription streaming service moving forward.
Throw it in the trash.
Inside CNN, executives think the launch has been successful.
Yeah.
It's like Biden. Hey, the withdrawal from Afghanistan was an enormous success.
Yeah.
Same with CNN Plus, according to their execs. They do have more subscribers than I thought, 150,000.
Oh, good for them.
But that's nothing. That is nothing. So they got 150 subscribers so far. Warner Brothers Discovery wants to eventually build one giant service around HBO Max. New leadership has replaced CNN CFO Brad Farrer with Neil Chugani, Discovery's current CFO for streaming and international, as part of their broader finance team restructuring. Other high-level positions at Warner across different business functions are likely to be eliminated to cut costs. So, I mean, it looks like it's on its last legs already.
Yeah.
It's been, 2 weeks today? Ooh. I think it's been 2 weeks.
Where
exactly.
does the time go? Maybe when they sign off for the last time, CNN Plus will do this awesome montage of all the memories they've had on CNN Plus.
How old were you 2 weeks ago with
this
CNN
is
Plus?
CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Right.
So Rob gets in my ear. So they've got about 1 million viewers on CNN. And so that means that about 15% of those viewers decided CNN Plus was
something they also needed.
Worth the paid admission there.
You know what I need in my life? More Brian Stelter.
No one has ever said that ever.
I know.
That phrase has never been uttered in the universe.
By the most hardcore of CNN listeners and viewers. Nobody's ever said that.
Or any woman.
Or woman. Or men. Why? I don't know what he's into.
I don't either.
You know?
I don't presume to even guess.
Don't know, don't care.
So, yeah, it's fascinating because they had planned on investing $1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion.
This was going to be this was going to change the company for the better.
Right.
And now it's like it's the albatross.
And they're just trying to spin it to make it look, less disastrous. And there's no way to spin this. Yeah, this is exactly what we were looking for. Only 150,000 subscribers because we didn't want to overwhelm our systems. So we're doing a slow build up to maybe 151,000 later on.
You remember how there used to be the CNN SI thing?
CNN, was it Sports Illustrated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh. And there's not anymore.
Well, that's what I'm trying to help them out here. I'm giving them a free tip, okay? So, who owns Sports Illustrated now? Oh, it's not. It doesn't look like it's the same company or anything. I'm just saying, what you do is if you're CNN or Discovery and you have this infrastructure in place, you thought CNN Plus was going to be this great thing, it's time to transition to sports or something.
Yeah.
You take that infrastructure, you broadcast some sport. Cricket, right? Mm-hmm. You need massive. That's got mass appeal, right?
Oh,
cricket.
Big time.
Like,
big
what's
time.
your favorite cricket player?
Bob.
See, so where right now, if you wanted to watch stuff with Bob,
Yeah.
where would you go? You don't know.
I don't know.
Right. That's why they need to make CNN Plus.
Okay.
And
The cricket channel.
Or the All Bob
essentially.
channel.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But seriously, they've got that infrastructure in place. They could spin that off into something profitable because it ain't with the CNN brand.
No, that doesn't seem to be working at all.
You got to flip it, change its name, and package it something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from CNN because that's a net neg. I mean, that doesn't have the brand appeal that they think it does.
Oh, for
They're
sure.
living
Not
30
anymore.
years ago.
Yeah. Maybe they could spin it off into a rock skipping championships channel because during the pandemic when all sports ceased.
Yeah.
And ESPN was looking for any kind of sport. They covered rock skipping on Lake Michigan, and it was riveting.
People watched it. You're right.
What you do is you search for a flat, round rock.
Okay.
And then if you kind of sidearm it into the water,
Gene Garber.
boom, and it hopefully skips a bunch of times. People love that. They go nuts for that kind of stuff.
Now I'm with you.
So maybe it's an all rock skipping championship channel.
No. Don't do this to me. It's not all rock skipping. That's at night when people are chilled out at home, relaxing. Because don't take away my Bob the Cricketer.
Okay, Bob. Yes. Okay.
If you take away the Bob the Cricketer content,
So you got cricket with Bob, rock skipping
during the day.
Maybe you toss in some cornhole championships.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Sign me up. So 8-hour blocks. Cricket with Bob.
Right.
For 8 hours.
Cornhole.
Yeah. And then the rock skipping.
rock skip. I love it. I freaking love it.
CNN Plus, we just gave you a $1 billion idea. Take it and run.
It's money, man. That is money.
Go.
Deal with it. And we give that to you for free.
See? We're givers.
And we don't even like you.
We don't
even like you.
Think of the ideas we're giving to people we like, huh?
I don't think they can even imagine. I don't think they can. So, all right. Well, we're going to check in with Joe Biden, who had some brilliant things to say yesterday.
Every day?
He does every day. But again, yesterday, he continued that streak of brilliance. He loves to pretend like he's an everyday guy. He just... all these nicknames he gives himself, like lunch pail, lunch bucket, lunch box Joe, middle class Joe. And they don't say that as a compliment either. No joke.
He's gone from lunchbox to out to lunch.
Yep. All right, so we'll give you the latest and lots more coming up.
Corn Pop was a bad dude. Not a joke.
And Jeffy.
Thank you.
Don't forget
Thank you.
Chewing the Fat with Jeffy. Carl Smith tweeted, if Johnny Depp would just identify as a woman, we'd have to believe her. Yeah, because you have to believe women, right? If you can figure out who is a woman, you got that problem now.
Or what is a woman?
Right.
Are you a biologist?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So don't even try, dude.
Devin Crossley tweets, wait, Peter Pan's a woman? No. But Peter, I think what they were saying was Tinker Bell is jealous of Peter Pan's other interest. Like, what's her name? Mary?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Jealous of her. That explains why a girl was always chosen to play the part in school plays when I was growing up, though. From Uncle Jimmy, how long until the original Disney movies are removed entirely? Maybe time to buy some of the classics. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Truth.
And speaking of classics, here's the very classic Jeffy.
Wow. I think he's saying you're old.
Chewing the Fat.
Really
Really old classic.
Like we're talking.
Like ancient.
Yeah. You. When do you move past classic to ancient? Because that's Jeffy.
Well, yeah. He's not even near the border of classic and ancient.
I'm just classic.
He's in South Ancient.
Oh.
That's where he is. So.
South Ancient.
Jeffy, did you know?
better than the other South I've been told I was living in.
Did you know, Jeffy, that Infinity stole this for a commercial?
What?
Yeah. Yes, I'm not kidding.
Why haven't we talked about that
I've been
before?
seeing it a lot on TV.
Weird.
I just wanted you to know in case you
Thank you.
weren't aware.
Thank you. Yeah, no. I wasn't aware thanks to the 10,000
I might have.
social media.
It's weird that all the Twitter users didn't notice.
I know. I think they would have tweeted me saying, hey,
you think so?
In addition to
Infinity
the
stole your stuff.
24 DMs saying the same thing.
And here's Chewing the Fat with Jeffy.
Hey, it's 420 today.
Oh,
Come on, baby.
What does that mean?
A day for smoking marijuana, baby.
Why?
Fire it up.
That's okay.
Why?
Jeffy, you take this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
why is 420?
420, that's a day of light 'em up, man. We got celebrations all over the country.
Why though?
For the date and the time. It started, I don't know,
It
a
started.
long time ago in California.
Yep.
It actually started with high school kids that were partying, and they started using it as a time to meet to get high, and then
Exactly.
it gone from there.
So we don't know why.
That's why.
After school, that was the time
they would
met.
hang out.
4:20
They would
PM.
hang out. They were called, if I remember the story right, hold on. They were called wallabies because they used to all hang out on a wall outside the school.
Awesome.
And then they would go to places on these. They would go to these places. What do they call them? Well, trips. Really, they would take trips, and they would go to places. And then when they went to places, the rule was they had to be stoned. And then they decided that one time they said, well, we'll meet at 420 at this place. And then from then on, it was 420 meant we were going to get stoned.
It's a lot more info than I had.
Okay.
I just knew high school in California, they met at 420 to smoke weed.
So yesterday, you ran through the Joe Biden Easter Bunny debacle, and you showed this one at the beginning of the reading ceremony for the education, which is my favorite.
Education.
I'm going to quickly read Brown Bear,
Where he
Brown
gets
Bear,
so
you're
mad.
all
Yeah.
not soaking wet.
And they're not going to let me read it all.
I'll let you, here, you can start us off.
And she decides on the spur of the
She's
moment.
mad about it
I'll
too.
let her read the
Backwards?
first page.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Brown
she's
bear,
ticked
brown
about it.
bear, what do you see? I see a bird looking at me. Now you got it.
All right.
He didn't even care. He just throws the book.
Yellow duck. What do you
But
see?
the ending
I see
of
a-
this was he was lost even more.
Oh,
when
really?
they got done.
Oh, no.
And they're clapping, and Jill, well, you'll see.
Okay.
Okay, just stay.
Just
She
stay.
tells me just sit, don't move. She's a teacher.
I'm the teacher. you
I'm a
know.
teacher, so
So he's like, I don't know what to do. Where am I again?
And she puts her hand on his. Just stay.
Is it time for pudding, though?
No, I said just stay.
Just stay,
I mean,
Joe.
it's getting embarrassing, really.
Oh, it's been way beyond
I mean, it's time.
embarrassing.
Something.
Yeah. How do people
I
look
don't
at this
know.
and think, yep, that guy's fine. He's fine. He's
who
sharp
does?
as a tack, that guy.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, but
don't
he's
know.
not Trump.
Yeah.
So
Well,
at least you don't
yeah.
have the mean tweets and
Yeah,
stuff.
but Trump.
Right.
Right. Yeah,
no
but
mean
Trump.
tweeting. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
How much would you pay for moon dust? Yeah. What if I told you
Okay.
that there were 5 small aluminum containers featuring carbon tape on the top with lunar dust samples inside? How much would you pay? Well, Bonhams in New York City just sold at the auction house those same 5 lunar dust samples.
Oh, wow. Look at
collected by Armstrong himself
Oh.
and on his 1969 Apollo. Well, he collected 4 of them, I believe. But they were hoping to get about $1 million for them.
A piece or all
for the whole thing. For the whole thing, yeah. They ended up with $500,000. $500,000 for those.
right.
Well,
I should have bid.
$504,375.
Oh, if I'd known
but really,
that.
that's not what they got because the highest bid was $400,000, and that person had to pay $104,375 in fees.
Wait, shipping
So
and
they
handling?
only got a lot of
Stop.
shipping and handling.
Wow.
So with the
Wow.
fees, it broke $500,000.
That's dumb.
I know. Now, NASA said, they're authentic. 4 of them were collected directly by Neil Armstrong on his mission. The other was dust particles. They're consistent with lunar samples gathered by astronauts.
So they have no idea.
Have no
they're
idea.
consistent with.
Well,
Okay.
they're lunar traces. Possibly due to change in testing techniques, and we're just not really sure. Now, I love the fact that there was this minute amount. I mean, they couldn't even measure the samples on how much it weighed. It was just amazing. But hey,
Wow.
congratulations. The winning bid wanted to remain anonymous, so.
Okay.
Speaking of space, this coming Sunday marks the 32nd anniversary of the Hubble. And it captured, the video is amazing, but I'll show you the one picture it captured of the unique group of merging galaxies that, the 5 galaxies known as the Hickson Compact Group, the HCG 40. They're in the process of merging into a single entity, and it's going to happen. I mean,
So hang on.
lickety split.
Hold on a second. So those are different
Yes, 5
Galaxies.
galaxies.
the galaxies are all going to combine.
And they're coming
It's
together.
like a super
yes.
conference is what they're making
Correct.
right there.
And it's gonna happen
Like that.
like
Right,
that.
right.
About 1 billion years.
In a
It's
billion?
going to take about 1 billion.
How big
Cosmically
of a
speaking,
range
They
is
guess
Yeah.
about 1 billion.
Because I'm having a tough time with perspective here, obviously. But I mean, it's how big are those that we're looking at? Any idea? Does it
They're over 100 yards each.
100 yards each?
Over 100 yards.
Wow.
Yeah, you could put almost 2 football fields together.
You can.
And
So okay.
In fact, and that includes the end zones.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh, now
that's
okay.
how big they are.
Okay, now I see it. Okay.
they're about 300 million light years away.
Okay.
And they're in a tightly packed region of space, which is just, what'd you say, a little over?
Yeah, a little over 100
2?
yards.
Yeah.
You said 200.
No, well, I said a little
With 2
over.
football fields.
So it's somewhere between 100 and 200
That's why
yards.
they're called
just estimating.
compact
Yes.
galaxy
Okay.
group. They said they've found more than 100 of these compact galaxy groups. But this particular configuration is unique as they are not part of a larger galaxy cluster, but they will be soon.
Oh, I see.
Right
All
around
right.
the corner.
Okay.
A billion years from now.
I'm excited.
We're going to be together.
Should we hold our breath?
I mean, you can if you'd like. Sure, no problem.
All right.
Reminder, while Pat holds his breath waiting for the
Oh, no.
HCG to gather,
Oh, no.
to subscribe to Chewing the Fat, my daily podcast. Same segment. Name is this segment right here, Chewing the Fat.
How did that
Subscribe and enjoy the podcast. I know.
How
Weird.
did
It's
that happen?
merged together like that. My man, Alex Jones. You know him, you love him. InfoWars and 2 other companies owned by radio host Alex Jones, InfoWars Health and Prison Planet TV, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in southern Texas.
Don't say that.
After he was found liable in several defamation lawsuits. He was sued in 2018 by some of the victims' families from the 2012 Sandy Hook mass shooting. The filing will allow the businesses to continue operating while also pausing the pending civil litigation as the companies prepare turnaround plans. But it also comes after a settlement offer. He offered $120,000 per family, and that was rejected. So the trial is set to begin in Connecticut in August for that one to determine the damages, while a related trial here in Texas is set to begin later this month. InfoWars reportedly cited assets less than $50,000 in the filing, but they're saying the liabilities are $1 million to $10 million. Separately, Jones is accused of hiding millions of dollars in assets in a new lawsuit. And yesterday, a Texas judge has ordered Alex Jones and his companies to pay $1 million in legal fees to the parents of 2 Sandy Hook children and a Norwalk native falsely accused of being a shooter in Florida high school massacre. Meanwhile, that very same judge has scheduled a conference for today to discuss whether the first trial to award defamation damages will begin this coming Monday. So,
Did you write all that down?
Alex is
You wrote it down.
a little busy and not good, doing well.
A lot going on.
To feel what the children are feeling.
Right.
God almighty. Folks, we gotta get good people to stand up against these people. I probably shouldn't even have done this radio show today
Or any day.
because I have this disgusted cover for how I just hate the globalists, but it's more than that.
What else is it? Bankruptcy?
And I just get flippant and angry, but it's because deep down, folks, I can see what they're doing, and we have a responsibility to stop these globalists.
Yeah.
Where are the men in this country? Where are the men in this world? What the hell have we become?
We're
We
manless.
just offer our children up to the
Manless?
system with the fluoride in the water and the GMO hurting them, and we let fat perverts grab them at the airport to
That's a
train them for
fact.
the pedophile government.
They probably grabbed all the
And
men.
we've just got such a sick society.
We do. I mean, that part is true. That part is definitely true.
Alex is good at that. You
Yeah.
throw in a couple of little things that are true.
Yes.
The rest of it is a stretch.
All right.
I mean, he's in trouble. Man, he's in trouble.
Yeah, and it's a shame that
It
that
is.
they took away his livelihood, his freedom of speech. You just banned him on. Just let him speak and
whatever.
let people decide. We're capable of deciding.
I know.
It's asinine
Agreed.
and un-American. All right, go ahead.
Let's say you're walking along the beach, Quintana Beach, here in Freeport, Texas area, and you stumble across a beach dolphin. What do you do? Well, you're supposed.
Is it alive?
Yeah, it's
If
still
it's
alive.
dead, I'm just going to leave it
There?
lay.
I keep walking.
Yeah.
No, it's still alive, but
Oh.
but they beached themselves. It's a beach dolphin laying on the
That's
beach.
sad.
Yeah, right. I know. But the people on Quintana Beach decided, well, you know what? We're just
pull
going
him
to
back
pick
in.
it up. We'll try to push him back in. And while we're pushing him back in, take some pictures. Look at me riding it. Let's take some selfies of me on this dolphin.
at
Trying
me
to push
riding
him in.
it.
Hey, kids, hop on the dolphin. Let me take a picture of you.
Oh man, no, that's not cool.
And then they pushed it out into the water, and then later it washed up on shore dead. So, sorry.
Oh dang.
Now, you're not supposed to do that.
What, right?
You're not
did
supposed
they
to do
lose
that.
valuable time while they were posing with it? God. Was it alive originally? Do you know?
Yeah, they said it was still alive. But the dolphins, the dolphins, when they beach like that, they're usually really sick or they're mad about something. So I mean, the dolphin could have attacked them.
Hey, Can we just say no to crack?
What is that?
The guy on the far right. Just
He's on the
say
beach.
no to
he
crack.
just got done doing a selfie
I
with the
don't care
dolphin.
where you are. Stop. Oh, there's a sad
Oh
photo.
no, I know.
I don't
That's
like
sad.
that.
I don't like
know.
it either.
So these people might, with all the pictures, be in big trouble because
Yeah.
of the Marine Mammal Protection Act.
Wait, Dignity to Animals Act. They don't take
The
pictures with
Marine
them.
Mammal Protection Act. Yeah.
Oh,
You're
what?
You find
Oh, stop.
$11,000 and up to a year in prison for messing with the mammals that beach like that. You're not supposed to mess with them. You're supposed to call 1-800.
Can you not pull them back into the water?
Mammal, no.
Really?
You're supposed to call. They're supposed to help because they're usually sick, and if you pull them back in the water, they end up dying.
No, okay.
And I mean,
Jeez. Yeah, that's why they beach themselves, right?
Right.
Because something's really wrong with them.
so I mean, is it? I don't know that I would say, "Hey, kids, hop on. Let me take
No.
a photo."
No. No, thank you.
But I think it would be fun. But I don't recommend it.
Not
'cause
for the
against
dolphin.
law.
If you rode the dolphin,
That's against.
not fun at all for the dolphin. That's probably what
we
would have killed
see-
him.
Maybe. All right.
It's
Yeah.
it's a fat joke. It is.
Yeah, you
Just-
fat shaming.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's accurate.
So there's a 5-bedroom house in Fairfax that's on sale.
Fairfax, what? Virginia?
Virginia.
Yes.
Okay.
and it's Hot Market, Washington Market. They only want $800,000 for this house.
How many?
It's usually that whole neighborhood is over $1 million.
Oh wow, there you go. That's a bargain.
Beautiful
right?
house, Hot Market. The home is going to be great, but you can't see when you look on Zillow, you can't see the basement on the Zillow. They show every place else because the basement has a resident in it.
Oh no!
And it's someone who weaseled her way in for about 3 years ago, and there may be another person living there. We're not sure. But the tenants, they don't really have a lease, or the person isn't paying any rent, and they just are not the type to kick people out. So they're going to move, and they're going to sell it to you, but the tenant comes with the house. So
do we have a picture of the tenant?
We do not. We don't have a picture of the tenant. We don't have a picture of the guest. We just know that the tenant is in the basement, and
is it
we haven't
being?
gotten rid of the tenant in a while. Would you pay any money at all for the place?
No.
I don't. I mean, you're making your
who's
money.
the
Maybe
tenant?
you give them $700,000
It's
and
a
then kick
person?
the tenant out. Yeah.
I was waiting for
An animal.
A bear.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's an alligator or
Yeah. And that tenant has been there for 10 years. No, it's a human that has just moved in, and they allowed it.
wow.
So
So now they can't sell it for anything.
right. Well,
I'm going to
they're
quote
hoping to sell
somebody
it for $800,000.
that you know very well. How about no?
Yeah. How about you go in there and you drag the tenant out if he won't leave?
I think so
It's
too.
not your place. It's not okay that people are doing this. And then they can't. Then they shortchange the actual owners. The owners can't get anything out of it because they can't sell the place.
Right.
It's wrong. It's really wrong.
There's plenty of empty houses with people living in. Or they're not empty, but plenty of people that don't own the property just moving in.
Yeah.
All over the country, man.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit actually.
And evictions are up all over for the renters. So I mean, where are they going to go? Oh, that place is open. I'll live there.
Yeah. Nice. Good
Get
deal
out.
if you can get
I
it.
know.
Get out.
More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
The Blaze Radio Network.
And don't forget Pat Gray Overtime. Is it Pat Gray Unleashed Overtime or is it just Pat Gray Overtime?
Whatever you want it to be.
All right.
Well, that's technically not accurate.
That's not accurate.
Got to run that through about 7 channels.
Yeah. It's Pat Gray Overtime.
Sure.
Unleashed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what episode is this today? Because Corby and others noticed that.
Yeah, it's a secret.
Yeah. Well.
It's a secret.
Check your math.
Wow.
You'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
What episode it
Today
is.
at 11.
It's a very special episode of Overtime. Meanwhile, we got to tell you how to get Overtime. Flash the thing on the screen again, if you would, Rob. There we go. Right now, you can save $10. The other offer ended, but now you can still save $10 on your
I'll
subscription.
teach you for not acting.
Yeah.
I mean, you're welcome for the $10 off.
But it could have been 15.
Yeah, you should have acted earlier.
So now it's $10 off with the promo code PAT.
You got to wait until the manager goes on vacation.
Yeah,
to get a better
and then we'll
deal
bump
now.
it up a little bit again.
Maybe,
but don't wait.
No,
because maybe the manager will never go on vacation. But that's only at blazetv.com/Pat. blazetv.com/Pat. Offer code or promo code PAT. Some tweets here. Athletically overweight sports team tweets: if CNN Plus goes under, they'll have to refund dozens of dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I doubt their 150,000 subscribers. I mean, maybe they, at least for sure, paying subscribers. No way they have 150,000 paying subscribers. Maybe they gave all the
That's what
employees-
athletically overweight sports team is essentially saying.
Yeah.
Here.
I
It'll
know
only
that-
be dozens of dollars that they have to refund. So obviously they can't have 150,000 subscribers. You see what he's saying there? In other words, he's being sort of facetious here.
I swear.
So I'm just, I didn't want you to miss the essence of what athletically overweight sports team was saying.
What's going to happen?
From Squatching Duck, how big are the compact galaxy groups in metric? Yeah, there's no way to tell.
Can't.
You don't
It's
know.
impossible.
You know, it could be a centimeter, or it could be a trillion, billion, quadrillion kilometers.
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
There's
we
no way
have-
to
It's kind
tell.
of the essence of the tweet.
Kind of the essence. Sure is.
Oh, no. Here we
That's
go.
right. Galt Shrug tweets, did that dolphin have the vaccine?
That's a good question.
And that's why it beached. And that's why it died. That's possible.
I mean,
They've been giving that thing to animals. Who knows?
They have. They sure have.
What, Jeff?
I don't think they've been randomly picking dolphins out
I
of the
don't
ocean.
know.
No, they picked specific dolphins, and that
Okay.
was one of them that
All
they
right.
chose.
See?
So,
Essence of the tweet.
all right, 888-900-3393. Yesterday, Jen Psaki was on
She's good.
somebody's podcast. I don't know whose, but she's really been making the rounds
Yes,
because
she
she's
has.
promoting herself for the MSNBC gig.
Absolutely. You got to do all these interviews. Make sure people be aware that you're good.
Mm-hmm. And that I'm moving to a new location. I want you to watch my show on MSNBC. Anyway, she was on another podcast yesterday, and they asked her about the Florida bill. Good heavens. By all that is good, right, and holy. Listen to this.
What I will say is the political games and harsh and cruel attempts at laws that we're seeing in some states like Florida, that is not a reflection of the country moving to oppose LGBTQ plus communities. That is not what we see in data. That is not factual. And that is not where things stand.
And that is not what the bill is about. So, what is the point here then? What are you talking about? Because the bill has nothing to do with what she's saying. Nobody said the country is moving toward anti-LGBTQ issues. Nobody's trying to be anti.
Well, they're just trying to get you not to say it. Don't say.
And that's not what they're trying to do either.
This is a political wedge issue and an attempt to win a culture war. And they're doing that in a way that is harsh and cruel to a community.
I would love, please come on I'll put you on our podcast, Jen, and we'll talk about whatever you want, including your MSNBC gig. Come on this show.
Oh, my gosh.
And tell me what exactly it is in the bill that you're referring to, because I can't figure it out.
Of kids, especially, I'm like going to get emotional about this issue because it's horrible.
Yeah,
but
it is horrible.
but it's like kids who are bullied, and like all these leaders are taking steps to hurt them. And
okay, in what way are they being bullied or hurt by a bill that just simply says from K through third grade, you can't teach them about sex?
You bastards.
How does that hurt them in any way? Well, because they have to know about well, I can't even say the things they have to know about because it would be too disgusting. But they can't learn every single perverse lifestyle on this planet.
Oh, no. It's okay, Jen. Jen, it's okay. Jen.
And they can't.
Hey.
Not only can they not say the word gay, they can't say the word parent because they can't talk about their parents.
Jen. Jen. Okay, before you break down, Jen.
What?
What's with your loud bracelet that's really kind of dampening your impact in your recording there, Jen?
I don't know.
Okay. I just wanted to point that out.
hurt their lives and hurt their families. And you look at some of these laws in these states, and it is going after parents.
They're going after parents now. So they're bullying the kids and they're going after parents? Wow. This is an all-inclusive bill. Yeah.
Relationships who have kids. It's completely outrageous. Sorry. This is an issue that makes me completely crazy, but it is an issue that is a political wedge issue. It is not a reflection of where the country is.
Wow, that is despicable. These people are just despicable. She knows that bill. Either she hasn't read it and she's not heard anything about it other than in her little
the talking points
group at the White House, or she's just a flat-out lying sack.
Pretty sure that's it.
And I'm pretty sure that's it, because there's no way she doesn't know that the Florida bill doesn't do anything of the kind.
And to your original point, how she needs to promote her new show, headlines everywhere, I'm sure, say, Jen Psaki breaks down.
Yeah.
Emotional breakdown discussing Florida bill. Oh, my gosh, really? Yeah. Oh. And then somewhere in the story, it mentions soon to be on MSNBC.
Yeah, they've already said that they're giving her a show. That's new. No, she's going to MSNBC.
Yeah, she's got a show in primetime. I think it's a 7 o'clock slot. 7 or 8.
Oh, my.
Yeah, she's got a show.
Oh, that is not a good move.
You think?
That is not a good move. I mean, that's CNN Plus move.
Yeah.
MSNBC, man. Oof.
Right.
Her new show.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Maybe that's not her. No, that's not her. Never mind.
Okay.
It's an article about her, but it's talking about another show.
I thought
Hang on.
she was going to be, she's going to be on MSNBC as a contributor.
No, it's more than that.
But, I mean, holy cow.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's a huge commodity. She's been...
I apologize. You're right.
White House press secretary for over a year
so
now.
she will host a show
Yes.
on Peacock.
Oh, it's on Peacock?
Oh.
It's not even on MSNBC?
It says, this is what it says.
What?
Psaki will host a show for MSNBC on NBC Universal streaming platform Peacock. So is there like a MSNBC section of Peacock?
Yeah.
Pass. Just pass on
No,
that.
really? You're not going to put that in your planner?
Well, I'm too busy catching up on my CNN Plus shows about the stuff.
It does make it difficult. There's a lot to watch. There's a lot to watch.
There's a lot
and
of
Jeffy
content.
somehow absorbs it all.
There's a lot of content to watch, man.
Man.
It's never ending.
Yeah, but what about the LGBTQ kids?
Jen, it's okay, Jen.
The kids, the bullies, the parents, they get dogged.
Here, Jen. Jen.
They don't allow the kids to eat. Why can't these children eat? Why don't Republicans want LGBTQ children?
There you go. Use some tissue. There you go. It's tissue time for Jen.
It's the no eat, no speak, don't say bill.
Jen, hey, Jen. Can you talk to her, Jeffy? Jeffy, do something, man.
Look, that's the difference between men and women. You just have to let them cry. We can't do anything. You just have to let them cry. Let them work it out.
Jen.
Just be there for them. Just be there for them. We're here for you, Jen.
Step out of it, Jen.
See, that's what
I'll
gets
circle
done.
back if there's more I can share with you.
I'm sorry, I just get so emotional about this issue.
Yeah, obviously. Now, what's for dinner?
Pork chops and applesauce.
All right. I like your little Brady Bunch reference.
Yeah, but the bill in Florida doesn't allow the children who are LGBTQ children to watch the Brady Bunch.
It doesn't? It doesn't? Where's point to me? Point in the bill where that says that.
Don't play coy with me, Keith. You know where it says that.
Yes. Is this about that guy Ron DeSantis? Yes. Is he driving a wedge between us?
Yes, that evil bastard is a lot like Adolf Hitler. I think he might be Adolf Hitler reincarnated.
I've told you. You gotta let that go. He didn't do this to you personally.
I just can't take it anymore.
I can't either, man.
It's such BS. And
awesome.
I'm so tired of. Please come on this show.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Please come on this show. And just answer a few questions, like show me the part of the
questions.
Show me the part of the bill where it does that to these children.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, show it to me, because I'd oppose it if it's like if they want these kids to be bullied, or if they can't talk about their parents, or that's what they like to claim, that the teachers can't speak about their spouses or significant others, or none of that's in it, of course. I mean, they can talk about their families if they want to. They can talk about what they did over the weekend. They just can't describe sexual acts. How horrific that is.
Don't cry. Oh, no.
You reminded me of it.
You gotta let this stuff go, Jen.
I can't.
Jen, it's okay. The sun came up today.
That's
well,
so
presumably I can't see the window.
Not on the LGBTQ
Oh
kids.
no, Jen, come on. It's okay.
The bill says the sun can't shine for LGBTQ kids.
Oh my gosh! Wait, in the Sunshine State?
Right.
Oh, now I'm pissed.
Amazing. That's tiresome. Amazing. And it's going to be the ruin of us if we don't just stand up and say, okay, come on this show, explain it to me, show it to me, stop lying about the bill. They have no scruples whatsoever, no value system whatsoever. Whatever fits their agenda and promotes their agenda, they will just spew it. They don't care. They couldn't care less.
And if they were on the other side of any given issue in the past, they have completely forgotten about that.
Oh, that's for sure.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
They
at all.
don't even acknowledge that was a Time in history.
Yeah. It's like their ideology started, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. Because they didn't feel this way more than 5 years ago.
Last week, yeah.
Crazy. All right. We're going to tell you about Taylor Lorenz, who writes for the Washington Post, and this article on the Libs of TikTok account and how she doxed the person involved here. We're going to get to all of that and more coming up in just a minute. But first, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. Real Estate Agents I Trust are realtors that Glenn's team put together from the best realtors around the country in each of these markets. And if we couldn't find a really great realtor in a certain market, we just don't have one there. But we were able to find, 12 to 1,500 of them. And so chances are really good that there's one in your area who's ready to help you, ready to get you through the stressful part of buying or selling your house or doing both because you're relocating. These have been fully vetted by Glenn's team. This is Glenn's company, and so his team is really meticulous about checking out these agents and making sure that they're going to do right by you. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. The name really says it all. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. Yeah! Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Don't forget, overtime today. Go to blazetv.com/Pat. Enter the promo code PAT, and you'll save $10 off your sub. And it'll be worth it. We got, not only will you get Pat Gray overtime, but all the rest of the overtimes and everything else that we do at blazetv.com.
Yeah.
All of Glenn's shows, the Wednesday broadcasts that he does, all of that stuff. So really worth it. Mentioned Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz is a writer for the Washington Post and wrote an article about the Libs of TikTok account.
Yeah,
that's where they show dumb things that Libs do.
Yeah, literally all that account does is go to TikTok and just basically copy and paste their videos.
It shows the insanity that's going on.
Yeah, and we've used a lot of their videos in the last, however long the account's been around, a couple years.
Now, so she actually doxed the person who runs the Libs of TikTok.
Sure did. Yeah, and so
really unbelievable.
In the course of her reporting, so not only did the story link to reveal the identity and home address of
showed the family members' homes.
Right. Well, no, I mean, just she was on the prowl, approaching accounts that she thought were associated with the Libs of TikTok.
Yeah.
And then so one of the things is she sent a DM to one such account, where she reached out and was trying to intimidate them into fessing up effectively. Do we have that DM?
She writes, "Hi, whoever." It's been redacted, the name. "I'm just following up here. You've been mentioned as the administrator of the Libs of TikTok account on Twitter, and I need to turn my story in today. Is that your account? Please let me know ASAP, because you're being implicated as starting a hate campaign against LGBTQ people."
Yeah, this person has nothing to do with Libs of TikTok, by the way.
And even if they did,
right?
How do you're just showing the things they're doing. I don't think they even comment, do they?
No.
They just show it.
Correct.
So how is that a hate campaign? If you're unaffiliated with the account, I want to be sure to set the record straight in the story. If it is your account, I'd love to speak to you about it. I'm on... And then that's redacted as well. If you want to give me a ring, let me know, and I hope to hear from you. And so, she went ahead and just showed us family members' homes.
Yeah.
Went after accounts online. And as Keith mentioned, some of them had absolutely nothing to do with the website at all.
Yeah, so there's a picture that Libs of TikTok tweeted out of Lorenz at one of their family members' homes trying to approach them. Look at there.
That's crazy.
"Hi, Taylor. Which of my relatives did you enjoy harassing the most at their homes yesterday?" And I love some of the tweets. Rob, do we have some of the tweets of people's reaction to this? Because it spun out of control, and Washington Post did not get what they thought they were going to get out of this. How some people reacted online. We have a couple of those tweets, Rob.
And they look a little something
I love this from
like
Trey
this.
Riddell. Look at this.
"Dear Libs of TikTok," from Trey Rattle. You started a hate campaign against LGBTQ people by playing videos they themselves recorded, voiced, edited, even occasionally scored with music, and then they posted them on the internet for, quite literally, the entire planet to see.
Yeah. That's
the evil haters that they are.
Yeah, that's the hate campaign they're running.
Mm-hmm.
This from Alex F. Baldwin. Hi, I'm being harassed. Who's harassing you? A Twitter account. Okay, what did it do? It shared my TikTok. And you didn't want it to be shared? Of course I wanted it to be shared. It's a TikTok, but they shared it. Like, wrong.
That is literally what is happening.
That's exactly it.
They shared it wrong. How dare they? You mean, like, just showed it and didn't comment on it? Is that wrong? That's so unbelievable. So earlier this month, here's a tweet from Taylor Lorenz, just to give you an idea of how screwed up in the head these people are. Taylor Lorenz, if your segment or story on online harassment leads to even worse online harassment for your subjects, you effed up royally, and you should learn how to cover these things properly before ever talking about them again.
That's good advice, right?
Good advice.
From way back on April 3rd.
Yeah, how old were you on April 3rd of this month? I mean, I can't remember. I think I was 3.
You were 3 on April 3rd?
I think I was 3 years old, yeah.
Have you had a birthday since then?
No. My birthday's in November.
Wow, they'll give a show to anybody on the Blaze.
I know.
3-year-olds running around.
Right? Here's Taylor Lorenz talking about online harassment not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
Here she is on video.
And online harassment is such a misnomer. I think it's a huge problem because harassment is a tool to silence people, especially women and people of color, or people from marginalized identities,
right,
for speaking out. And there's a very intentional goal behind it. It's obviously it's death threats and all of that, and rape threats on the daily. And it's not just Twitter; it's like every single surface, right? Like my cell phone number getting out there, people calling, people harassing my family members, stalking me. All of that is incredibly terrifying and invasive, and it's bled out into the physical world too, which is even more terrifying, right?
Yeah, right.
But to me, I think what especially the media needs to understand about this is in terms of protecting their own reporters is this is just a tool. Like, harassment is a tool to kind of discredit and silence journalists.
Sure.
And the right-wing media plays.
And then she's going to go into the right-wing media, and how they're doing that and how evil they are.
Yes.
So she says all of that, tweets it, apparently believes it's wrong, and then does exactly that a few weeks later.
It's okay for her.
And somebody did release her, somebody doxed her and released her cell phone number, and is that right? And that's the lead-in for this next clip of how she reacted to that?
Right. And here it is.
You feel like any little piece of information that gets out on you will be used by the worst people on the internet to destroy your life.
Right.
And it's so isolating.
And it's only acceptable if I'm doing it to other people, not other people doing it to me.
Right.
Don't laugh. Don't smile, lady.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, she smiled.
It's overwhelming.
You're fine.
It's really hard.
It's really hard.
Wow,
You're fine, honey.
Is that Jen Psaki up there?
Yes. I'm now a combination of Jen Psaki and Taylor Lorenz.
Oh, no.
It's only acceptable to do this to LGBTQ people when they're doing things to you and you don't like them.
I see.
It's only acceptable to dox people when they're, when you're doing it. I'm doing it to you. It's not okay for you to do it to me.
Got the Kleenex right there.
The journalist.
There we go. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Taylor.
Don't you know I work for the Washington Post?
They should take care of you, shouldn't they?
That's where darkness dies in democracy, or the other way around.
Oh, no, wait.
You can't think straight now?
Who do we console right now? Is this Jen or is this Taylor? Who we?
I don't know. I'm so confused.
Can you identify as both, perhaps?
I could.
Kind of a trendy thing.
Or maybe I'm Alex Jones right now. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Taylor crying right there. Oh, no, wait. What's happening? Oh, wait, now you're Alex?
He doesn't know. He's confused.
I'm confused. Don't you understand what confused means?
We know that they're all looking for men. I'll tell you that.
That's right. Except they've all been They've all been killed by toothpaste.
No, it's
the
okay.
fluoride in the toothpaste has killed them all.
Alex or Jen or Taylor or what? It's gonna be okay. There's a brighter day ahead. Okay.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
No, that's a good boy. You leave me alone.
Pat Gray.
Why, yes, there is a phone number you can call. 888-900-3393. It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
That's interesting.
Really is. Really interesting. The DOJ may go ahead and appeal the federal judge's decision yesterday that struck down the mask mandate on transportation, on airplanes.
Trains and whatnot.
Yeah. So the DOJ will appeal the ruling if it deems necessary.
Right.
Yeah, if the CDC says, all right, attack dogs go, then back to court to force you to mask up on planes and trains. Shut up.
And there's still places that are requiring it. I mean, NYC public transit,
right?
As well as Uber and Lyft and taxis in NYC, because Uber and Lyft overall dropped it, but in NYC they have to have it. Chicago public transportation, Boston public transit, Los Angeles Metro, and masks are still required at JFK and LaGuardia, which means that you have to wear masks in the airport and take them off once you get on a plane.
Right.
Stupid. But good luck. If you think that's a winning strategy, Biden administration, you go for it. You go to court to force us to wear masks again.
Yeah.
Part of me hopes that they do and they win.
Yeah, because the people are going to be pissed. Really pissed at them. Because we're done with this. We're done.
And safer.
Get out.
Yes, right. There's that.
Thank you,
Jeffy. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Because, yes, we all know that as long as you're masked up, nothing can happen.
Nothing.
You can't get any sort of disease.
As long as you're masked up.
Yes.
But hold on a second. If you're sitting down in a restaurant, but not on a plane,
right?
So does the virus get smarter on a plane? And see, there it is. See, if you're in a restaurant sitting down, the virus goes right over your head. If you're on a plane sitting down, then you are fair game.
Well, yeah, you're stuck in a tube.
Yeah, because the virus knows you're eating in the restaurant, and it respects that.
You're stuck in a tube with a HEPA filter. Got it. Recirculating the air constantly, cleaning it. Right.
So President Biden yesterday, another one of his little folksy things that he thinks people
he goes
really
off
respond
script
to.
and he tries to identify with the people.
Yeah. He's always, I'm middle-class Joe. That's why the reporters always call me middle-class Joe. And nobody's ever called him that except he himself. People always call me, and they don't mean it in a nice way, but they call me Lunchbox Joe. Really? And they call him that because he's so poor that he has to bring his own lunch to the Congress, to the Senate.
Called him that because he was out to lunch.
No, no. Now they do, but back then they didn't. It was because he was so poor he couldn't buy things at the Senate cafeteria, so his mom had to pack a lunch for him in his lunchbox.
They should have cut back on the Amtrak rides.
Right? Yeah, that are probably, what, $10,000 a month or something? So yesterday he talked about the great pleasure he had being listed as the poorest person in Congress.
Those days are over.
I was listed. Had the great pleasure of being listed as the poorest man in Congress for 36 years.
Right.
I still had making a hell of a lot more money than anybody else because I was getting a senator's salary. No kidding.
No kidding.
I didn't think you should make money while you're in office. But anyway, the point of it is this.
Oh, my gosh.
An awful lot of people
are
hurting. It makes a big difference.
Whose head's going to explode in this room first?
I didn't think I should make money while I was in office.
Like which office?
Is that right?
Which office we talking about?
Right? The big guy? Is that right? Big guy who got 10% or 50% or whatever it was of the ill-gotten booty of your son in every stupid position you got him into? Shut up. I didn't think you should make money when you're in office. Oh, really? You're all of a sudden George Washington.
That
now,
may have been as
right?
senator, but when he became vice president, he had the juice then.
Right. Now, I'm looking at an article from Forbes that just discusses from 1998 to 2019. So obviously he didn't take over the vice presidency until 2009, but they'd made $22.5 million, which works out to a little over $1 million per year. that was
when you don't think you should make any money,
right?
Yeah.
Hold on, but
right.
that right there, this Forbes article, this is money that's on the books, right? And this does not account for
all the money he got from
with
Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. And if you're so opposed to making money while you're in office, are you actually taking the $400,000 salary a year that you're afforded as president of the United States? There's no precedent. Because the guy right before you...
What? There's no precedent for that? Somebody not taking a salary as president?
You don't have to go back to George Washington for that. You go back to Donald Trump.
Never heard of him.
Well, you never heard the fact that he didn't take his salary because nobody talked about it.
That's the truth.
At all.
Jeez. So... this guy continues to spew his BS, and what a lying sack he is. And while this is going on, and he's stumbling all over the place, and he doesn't know where he is half the time, Democrats are plotting behind the scenes. What can we do to make sure that this isn't a catastrophe in 2024? Because they know if he runs, he loses. He thinks he's the only one who can win.
Right. I mean, that's what he told. That's presumably what he told Obama, right?
Right.
Which I doubt, but
yeah, I do too. But the Washington Post just ranked the top 10 Democrat presidential candidates.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, top 10. Coming in at number 10 on the list is AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's only 32, by the way, so she's not even old enough to run for president. But by 2024, in October, is it?
Yeah.
She turns 35.
Yep.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, she'll be 33 this October. Then the next is 5. Yeah. So it works out.
The math checks out.
The math does check out.
Getting a little long in the tooth.
Yeah. Because she started it. Was it 28?
I don't want to.
She's still looking all right.
Okay.
But
who's number 9, Pat?
Number 9, Gavin Newsom. Some California political watchers have noticed the governor seeming to weigh in more often in national political debates. It's painfully obvious Newsom wants to run for president one day, according to San Francisco Gates' Eric Ting.
Yeah, just because he wants to, though.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. But, a California governor, there is precedent for that.
There is.
Number 8, Senator Cory Booker.
Oh, no way.
He was terrible last time.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants anything to do with him. At number 7, they keep bringing this guy up. I don't think there's any way Sherrod Brown has a shot here.
Really?
Really?
I mean, really, as in they think he has a shot?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
At number 6, I don't even know who this guy is. Roy Cooper, the governor of North Carolina? Yeah. I don't know anything about him. Roy
Governor
Cooper.
who?
Which gives him which gives him a little bit of an edge.
Yeah,
maybe.
Really. Yeah, because if you know a Democrat, that's already strike one.
Yeah. Coming in at number 5, Amy Klobuchar, senator from Minnesota. She did not do well last time. Did she even make it to the primaries? She was in a bunch of debates. At number 4, they're still harping on Elizabeth Warren.
No way. She's up there with Bernie and Biden now too, as far as age. Real age.
She's old.
Issues.
This reminds me that she just yesterday introduced a bill to ban Congress from owning stocks.
Did she?
That's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, of course, her cohorts are probably like, okay, whatever. Like, stocks is where we're making our money anyway.
I'll bet that pissed Nancy Pelosi off because that's her bread and butter right there.
Doing that.
At number 3, Kamala Harris. We're dropping these. They've done this before, and Kamala Harris was at number 2. They dropped her to 3.
They keep her that high just as vice president.
Yes,
though, right? Yeah.
Because they say being vice president is certainly a good launch pad.
Yeah.
But it's not at all clear Harris has put good use to it. Her numbers are similar to Biden's, and she's done little to change the perceptions that harmed her 2020 campaign, including her ability to drive a message. Yeah, she's just terrible. She's absolutely terrible. At number 2, Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, they love Pete.
Come on, really?
We don't have a female. We don't have an African American, but we do have a gay white guy.
Right. Yep. Now, if he was gay, black, trans, and had some sort of disability,
shoo-in.
They just nominate him right now. They just go ahead and say, our nominee for 2024, it's going to be Pete Buttigieg. But no, he's going to have to fight for it now because just being gay, I'm not sure that's going to be enough.
Right?
I know it should be.
He's gay
right?
and he's married with children.
Yes.
Think about that. Think about that, though. Women, minorities, gays, that doesn't matter anymore, right? The new hotness is trans.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If Pete identified as a woman all of a sudden, then he might be in. Yeah. Then he might be onto something.
So I'm curious, who's number one on this list for Democrats in 2024, Pat?
Coming in. And number one is...
It can't be. No, it can't be.
A man?
No.
Who used to be a woman, but is now a man again. Joe Biden.
He used to be a woman?
But is now a man again?
Yeah.
They're going to have to repackage him. I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Was that on Hunter's laptop that I missed?
Yes, it's one of the things that was deep in...
I haven't seen everything on the laptop yet.
It was a deleted email that they undeleted.
Haven't you?
No, not everything.
I can't believe they even list him.
Right? That's
and
what I
he's
was...
listed as number one?
It was a genuine curiosity. Who was going to be number one on this list?
Yeah.
Wow.
No way. No way. They don't want him, nor can he win.
He won't be able to do it.
Nor would he be able to perform
he
it.
Barely
I don't think
get
so.
through his day now.
That's right. That's right. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse every day. So I don't know. They didn't mention Hillary here, which is kind of surprising.
Right. She's kind of underlying there. You know, I don't think that she would do it.
Well, she just denied having any interest in 2024, but I don't believe that.
She's still butthurt that she didn't win the last time.
She is.
And
right.
I think she
feels cheated.
Yeah, she's just living on that.
Yep.
Puster-filled sore.
Yep.
But then you have the one they didn't list. They didn't list Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, Cuomo.
Cuomo might
he's
make
got
that
some
list.
issues.
Yeah.
Don't they all? They're Democrats.
Now, see, Rob just flashed up.
Why not Rachel?
One of the most beautiful women in the world. You know, she's got that going for her.
One of the most
beautiful woman in the
Thank
world.
you. Set the record, bro.
Rachel
Levine.
Yeah. Rachel Levine. She is,
in
addition to beautiful, super popular.
Yeah.
And very, very talented. So why haven't they listed her?
I don't know.
Yeah, and you would have to put her...
and trans, so...
Right.
Yeah.
You'd have to put her as
awesome.
the top of the ticket. You can't replace Kamala with her because Joe wouldn't let something that gorgeous that close to Joe.
It's
be a distraction.
That's right. That's very true. And she's wise
That would
not
be
to
a
allow
good
it.
ticket, though. Kamala and Rachel.
And Rachel Levine.
Wait, what is this?
That would be awesome.
Is everything an excuse? I'm beginning to think that Rob just loves seeing you in a mankini.
I mean, I haven't been asked, but I could say yes to that. Another person that I heard,
what in that?
What's that?
Okay.
Another person you've heard
that could do it, which would be, I thought, that actually could happen. Mitt Romney.
As a Democrat?
Yeah.
That he'd switch parties and run as a Democrat. Maybe. Maybe he wouldn't win, of course. He's not. I mean, he's way too radical to the left for Republicans, but he's nowhere near left enough for Democrats. No, I don't think that would work at all.
Enough. He could say he's had enough.
Yeah.
I realized how wrong I've been,
and I identify as a female. Maybe that would help right there. Then he might have a shot. Then he might have.
I wonder
a
if
shot.
he'd run as an independent, Mitt Romney.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
because he's getting up there too. He's what, 75? I think he's 75 now. So he'd be
close to 80,
77, 78-ish in 2024.
Rob's wondering if there's an angle for Dr. Fauci in the Democratic primary.
Speaking of 80, he's 82, so he'd be about 85.
But he's worshipped in.
Yes, he is.
And Bernie's not on the list. Bernie, he'll run.
He could
still being in
Where's
office.
Al Gore?
No problem.
Al's just making billions. I don't think he's interested.
Yeah,
you know?
no kidding.
No,
he's too busy fighting to get rid of our SUV.
He's got chakras to take care of.
And I'm making billions of dollars and the environmental wars.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's interested anymore. It's too big a pay cut for him.
I wonder if Al Gore is actually happy the way Florida turned out, where he lost the state and the presidency.
Might be.
By 537 votes. Thank you to you know who you are in Florida.
For your personal life, that's way better because look at how well he's done financially.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he's won the, what do they call it? The Zygot or the not the Zygot.
I know what you mean.
But the Zygot's probably not the right word
It is the
for it.
Zygot he won, yes. It's an award that he's won.
Hang on. I'll tell you right now. It is the
It's
EGOT.
EGOT.
Yeah. So what is that?
He's
what does that stand for?
He's not an EGOT winner.
But he's won the Emmy.
He's won. Has he won an Emmy?
The Grammy.
He's won maybe not a Tony. He hasn't won a Tony,
No
has
way.
he? But he has won an Academy Award,
An Oscar,
and a Grammy.
A Tony,
Hold on a
an
second.
Emmy.
Al Gore EGOT. Let's see here.
Yeah, no way.
No, it's
No.
not the
No, he
EGOT.
isn't,
It's
yeah.
the Zygot.
It's the Zygot. Yeah, he's a Zygot.
Oh my gosh! Listen how pathetic Change.org is.
All right.
Al Gore should win an EGOT. So this is like a petition to get him. He just needs the Tony.
Yeah.
Let's get him on Broadway.
Jeez.
These people.
I wouldn't be surprised
No, they'll
for an
do
Al
it.
Gore
I know.
spectacular on Broadway. They'll do it.
Yeah.
They'll do it just to get him one. We haven't mentioned Richard Gephardt,
No, we have
the
not.
perennial favorite.
Dick is still. Dick is
He's
still
only
there.
early 80s. Why not Richard Gephardt?
I know.
All right, let me tell you about preborn, because throughout the world, the leading cause of death is abortion. In the U.S., murder has become a wholesale business since Roe v. Wade. We've killed over 63 million babies. Nearly 25% of pregnant mothers don't choose life. So the Ministry of Preborn and Blaze Media have partnered now to try to rescue 50,000 babies this year. Preborn's the direct competition to Planned Parenthood. While they're just an abortion mill and they try to kill as many babies as possible, Preborn is the antithesis, and they try to save as many as possible. And they do that through showing women the ultrasound, and they do that for free because none of the women would choose ultrasounds if they're going in for an abortion. But when they see the ultrasound, it oftentimes, most often, changes their mind. 80% of the time, they choose life after seeing the ultrasound because they see the baby in the womb, they hear the heartbeat. It's a pretty moving experience, and it helps bring home what the situation really is and the life that's inside of them. And they offer that free of charge. So Preborn needs $28 from your donation to give one woman one ultrasound. $28. 5 ultrasounds are $140. If you can swing that, that would be phenomenal. But whatever you can afford, go to dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or you can go online at preborn.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Did you know it's Earth Week? Day after tomorrow is Earth Day.
Yeah.
You guys have the trees up? You got your...
Whoa. I don't
Yes.
objectify what I'm worshiping.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is that like a graven image then to
Yeah,
put up the tree?
right. I mean, we're worshing the earth. We're not going to put up a tree.
That's a really good point.
That shows lack of
that's good.
respect. To...
Yeah. It was interesting that on this Earth Week, we found out that Neptune is going through very, very serious and severe climate change right now.
Well,
too.
that's the problem of people on Neptune. That's not our problem. We can't police the whole galaxy.
Mm-hmm. But it is humans, I'm sure, that we've invaded that planet, and a bunch of people up there driving SUVs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Not my problem. I mean, we're going to go to Ukraine and Neptune now? Stop. We can't fix the whole galaxy, man.
There is a plan to beam Earth's location now into outer space. But some scientists are a little concerned about that because it could spark an alien invasion.
I like this. I like this train of thought.
If we tell them where we are, why then they'll come and conquer us.
Right.
So
that seems reasonable.
Yeah. Right?
Maybe we just lay low.
Soon as you know we're here, they're coming. Oh, okay. Well, cool. Let's go take that planet from them then. A NASA plan to beam Earth's location into outer space could inadvertently trigger an alien invasion, according to Oxford scientists.
See?
The binary-coded Beacon in the Galaxy message will broadcast information about the solar system, Earth's surface, and humanity to a part of the Milky Way identified as most likely home to extraterrestrial civilizations.
Well, that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
But again, it comes with risk.
Yeah. Do you feel like maybe if you're flying through the galaxy and you pick up a message from us and the guy says, man, those stupid sons of guns on Earth keep telling us where they're at.
Like we don't know that already.
Right. Should we send a message back, tell them to stop it? We know, we got it.
We got it.
However, Anders Sandberg, a senior research fellow at Oxford's Future of Humanity Institute, the FHI, where I spend most of my time on weekends.
Are you on the board there?
Yes.
Yeah, he wrote his paper there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you remember that.
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a proud moment in my life that you wrote the paper for the FHI.
He told the Daily Telegraph that although the chance of the message reaching an alien civilization was low, it has such a high impact that you actually need to take it rather seriously. He said the giggle factor surrounding the research for extraterrestrial intelligence meant that many people just refused to take anything related to it seriously.
Wait a minute. The giggle factor?
There's a giggle factor.
That's a good name for a band right there. Giggle factor.
It sure is. Dr. Sandberg also said that given the difficulty of traversing interstellar space, a message received even by a very advanced civilization might amount to little more than a postcard saying, "Wish you were here." Okay. Toby Ord, Dr. Sandberg's colleague at the FHI, made similar arguments in The Precipice, a book published in 2020 which analyzed the existential risks and future of humanity. Dr. Ord said the main question is over the ratio of peaceful civilizations compared to hostile ones.
Yeah.
He added, we have very little evidence about whether this is high or low, and there is no scientific consensus on it. Given the downside could be much bigger than the upside, this doesn't sound to me like a good situation in which to take active steps toward contact.
Wow, he's no fun.
Not at all.
I don't like that.
But we don't have, I mean, it's just traveling at this, what? If you send out a message, it's not traveling at the speed of light, is it? It is traveling at the speed of light?
He's looking at Jeffy for this answer.
No. Corby says yes, it would be the speed of light. But even at the speed of light, to get to a civilization, what's the nearest place that could be?
Yeah, radio signals travel the speed of light. Interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that is. So if it's 3,000 light years from here, it would take 3,000 years to get there. Right?
Yeah, we're safe.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Not my problem.
And if they're
How long has
getting
radio
a
been
postcard,
around?
Quite a while.
So you see what I'm saying? Like if radio's been around, if we've been transmitting to aliens.
Like I said, we got it. Okay? The whole wish you were here postcard. Been there, done that. Okay? Thanks for calling.
Right. Well, didn't Voyager have a little package in it that was, hey, this is what we do?
I thought so, yeah. We sent them a little time capsule thing, right?
Yep.
Is that a documentary we're talking about here?
No. That's...
No, that's not the Star Trek thing. That's the actual Voyager that actually. Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.